Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're creating this super dramatic look inspired by the Juvia's Place Warrior 3 palette that was revealed earlier today. So if you want to see how I created this look as well as the products that I used, then of course keep on watching. I've already kind of started. I had a little bit of like filming mess ups that I'm not going to depress you with, so just know that I am like building off of like the winged smoked out lower lash line look that I had when I sat down to film this video. I'm basically just putting like eyeshadow and pressed pigments on top of that. To recap on what I've done so far, there's this like really pretty yellow color in the Juvia's Place palette, and I thought that this yellow shade from the Color Drain Pressed Pigments palette would be a good dupe, so I pretty much applied that color into the inner portion of my eyelid. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to pick a shade from the James Charles and Morphe Pressed Pigments palette. This shade right here, like this blue color, in my mind is quite similar to the matte blue shade that they have in the Juvia's Place palette. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up on a brush and just like apply it into the center portion of my lid and see what happens. I'm then going to use the remaining color left on the brush to gently blend the color in with some of that yellow. And then I'm going to dip the fluffy end of this brush right into some more of that blue. And this time I'm going to use this as a crease color. I think I'm going to go in with a little bit more of that blue color as well and just apply this into my lower lash line. To blend things out, I am going to take that fluffy brush that I was using for my crease and just make sure that the blue isn't too harsh looking. What I want to do now is I really want to smoke things out a bit, redefine this look, make the wing a little bit more, like, I would say, intense. So I'm going to do that by redrawing the wing and adding some more color into my lower lash line to redefine it. There's a shade in the palette that has like this beautiful like metallic grayish look to it, and I thought that this shade from the Juvia's Place Festival palette would be a pretty good dupe, this shade right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it on a stiff brush and I'm going to use this shade to both really intensify my wing and make it even more striking, and I'm going to also add that same color into my lower lash line as well. I'm going to go in with a little bit more of like a smudgy kind of brush. I want to pick up this color again, and I'm going to use this to further smoke out my lower lash line. And I definitely want to go back in with this yellow that I was using earlier off camera and reapply it into the inner portion of my eyelid. Now, since the overall effect of the look has become so much more, I would say, dramatic, I want to balance that out by just making my brows a little bit more, I would say, dramatic as well. So I'm just going to take a little bit of like this eyeshadow from Lorac. It's the same kind of eyeshadow that I've been using for my brows for a while now, and I'm just gonna intensify what's already there. I really do like how this added touch really makes this look a little bit more balanced. So, not gonna lie, I do have a ton of fallout going on my face. So, since I'm being lazy today, I'm basically going to like just use a buffing brush to hopefully make it disappear. I would not suggest using a buffing brush if you're trying to um, remove fallout from your face, but I don't really have anything else with me right now except for a few bronzer brushes, and I know for a fact that those brushes have product on them. I am, however, going to go in with, I think, a little bit of foundation. I'm going to use a touch of the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. Not a ton, just a little bit. I'm just going to take some of it on the back of my hand. Then I'm just going to take this and apply it with a flat brush to the places where I feel like it is needed the most. Then I'm going to go back in with this buffing brush and mesh the product into the skin. For some highlight, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Afterglow highlighter, and this one is in the shade Sin. And for bronzer, I'll be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. With that, I'm going to go right on ahead and apply a little bit more of mascara and some false lashes, and then I'll be right back. This is looking a great deal more dramatic. I am totally into it. I kind of want to spice this up with like a really vivid lip, so I'll be using the Milani lipstick, and this is in the shade number 15, Hot Pink Rage. This is essentially like a really neon-ish, vivid pink color. Alright guys, so that is the end of this makeup look right here, inspired by the Juvia's Place Warrior 3 palette. There's definitely a lot going on in the palette, and I really wanted to make sure that I used a few specific shades in the palette instead of just going in with like a whole bunch of rainbow shades, because I just wanted to, I don't know, I feel like a lot of times with like these rainbow palettes that have been launching, sometimes it's very tempting to like just go in like with all the colors in the palette and create a rainbow look. Instead, my favorite looks right now are looks that are a little bit more edited, and I really like how this look is minimal yet still very impactful. Of course, if you have any opinions on this look, let me know in the comments below, as well as any opinions on the palette. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Personally, I'm not like a huge fan of it. I like it sort of, but I'm not obsessed with it. Then of course everybody has their own opinions. You guys know that I really like using Juvia's Place eyeshadows. They're really great. However, am I gonna like every single release? No. Anyway, thank you so much for watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it interesting, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye guys.